What's going on, everybody in the YouTube world? Today's going to be a different video. Going to be attempting to sell my wife's car. Yes, she is aware of it, so I got to get pictures of it. So I figured I might as well do a video actually demonstrating taking pictures for items that you're wanting to sell, especially cars. How to go about doing it. 50% is preparation, 10% is photos, and 40% is the actual description and how you present the vehicle. So you want to make sure that you document as many things as absolutely possible to bring the vehicle into the best light as possible. I've had very good success selling vehicles that had a ton of problems, but I didn't embellish anything, I didn't hide anything. I was just straight up and honest, but I also illustrated the good points about the vehicle. And when I take the pictures, I make sure that the vehicle looks as good as it possibly can. So, all right, I've got my K3 Mark III here, my Pentax K3 Mark III. I'm going to be using the DA18-135 WR lens. It's not very bright outside right now, so yeah, the interior is probably going to be throwing up that ISO pretty high. But all right, let's just get right to it. All right, so the first part is always the staging of the vehicle. You actually should stage it properly. So I got to move this out of the way. Well, after looking at the interior, I realized I can't do this whole video because the interior really needs to be cleaned, or nobody's going to be very interested in getting the vehicle. So anyways, I'm going to shoot the outside so you can see what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. Yeah, so as for the interior, that's what I'm talking about. You need to make sure that the interior is completely and utterly clean, because this is not. Yeah. So, got to clean that up, and then I'll be getting into the interior. Okay, so getting on to doing the interior of the car. Well, I've already started some of it, so just going to continue on here. So I've got my shop vac and got some cloths, and basically, I don't know if I showed the before very well, but let's just take a quick look here. So if you remember the before, and this here is the after. So it's starting to come a lot better, a lot better, much better. Let's have a bit more to go in regards to getting everything completely and utterly cleaned up, and then I can fire off the shots of the interior, and then we'll go from there. Let's do it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is grab a cloth, microfiber cloth preferably, and soak it. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. You don't need like chemicals or anything. Just, a little bit of soap and water, or just pure water. So you just want to get all the crud out of here. And look at that. Look at that difference. Look at what? Look at that. It's crazy. And then you're gonna follow it up once it dries. Just follow it up with shop vac, and should be all right. Should be all right. I mean, people buying a used car realize it's used, especially if it's privately. So, I mean, it's not going to be completely detailed and 100 billion% perfect. But it's going to be a lot better than it was when, before cleaning. It'll actually be presentable. And we're going to do the same to this area right over here at the seat, right by where the lever is here. Just get in there with your fingers. Just wipe off as much as you can. Look at that. It doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot. You just got to pay attention to the details, you know? Lots of dust and crud in here. And if you want, you can actually quickly follow it up with the dry section of cloth right away. We're going to vacuum all that out, and we're going to wipe down the glove box area with cloth as well. Get the wet section of cloth again. Get in all the little nooks and crannies if you can. And when you're doing hard plastic surfaces, it's really difficult to get everything off. It's about as good as it's gonna get. So now time for some vacuuming on the carpet area all along here. Look at that difference. Much more presentable. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not 100% perfect, but it's a lot more presentable than it was before. And down here, yeah, still some debris on the cloth. Get this kick area here. And there we go. Okay, and obviously the next step that you need to do is actually go in and edit your photos. So let's switch over here. And I'm using DxO Photolab 4, which now that DxO Photolab 5 supports the K3 Mark III for some mysterious reason, my K3 Mark III DNG files all of a sudden started working with DxO 4. So with that said, now it's a matter of culling through the images to figure out which ones you're going to use, because you are limited. The platform I'm going to be using, you're limited to, I believe, 10 images, so I have to pick carefully. Now I'm not going to pick this one because I have the same image here with the lights on. So I prefer actually showing the vehicle with all the lights on so that you know all the lights work, nothing's burnt out, that kind of thing. So and this one's the side profile, so you can see everything. So I've already created a preset. Let's see, it's this one here, where I've raised the blacks just slightly. I've adjusted the tone curve here. What else did I do? Okay, so I'm not using any clear view. I've upped the contrast to 55. And that's pretty much all I did. So the before and after, it looks pretty much the same until you actually zoom in. And if you look at the area here where the brand for the tire is, you'll notice it is a bit more defined over here, as well as the tread area down here, as well as just a tad bit more defined. It just kind of brings out the color of the car, the quality of the paint, that kind of thing. I did it here as well. Okay, no, I didn't copy that one over yet. Okay, so I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to apply the same preset that I created here. So paste all correction settings. So just bumps up the contrast slightly. Let's take a look. It doesn't seem like it's a big deal until you actually do upload it. It just does, it does make the car look a little bit cleaner. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to go with that, and this was a double shot, so I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to remove this one here, because I'm not going to use that, and show that the tread is actually good. Let's see what this does with the preset here. Paste all corrections. Alright. Oh, just a bit more defined. Ever so slightly. And it's subtle. I'll admit it is subtle. But just to show that, the tire actually is in good condition. Gotta have that. So I'm going to remove this one. Alright, so we've already done this. Don't need to copy that one over. Actually, it's this one that I did. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this one. Actually, let's yeah, okay, now you can see the difference. If you look around the headlight area, you'll notice this one here is slightly more hazy. You can't really see the detail in regards to the blacked out headlights. So we're going to get rid of this image, and let's look at this one. And I'm going to have to adjust the horizon on this one, which is probably going to cut off the bottom part of the bumper, unfortunately. It happens. It happens. I wasn't really paying attention to the horizon in the camera. I think... Is that along the trunk lid? No. Okay, let's go with the license plate here. Oh, whoops. Not what I meant to do. That's okay. I can just go from here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's do a preview quick. Yeah, I think that's all right. Yeah, it's not bad. It's better than it was. Okay, so I can get rid of this one, and I'll apply that same preset here. Paste all correction settings. I don't want to paste all correction settings because of that. So global adjustments, is that going to leave it? No, it's not. Really? Okay, so I got to trim this again. All right. No problem. No problem. Let's just bring this down slightly. Double check. No, a bit more. It's also the angle that I shot at. It was hard to shoot because there's vehicles. My neighbor's vehicles were there as well, so I was a little limited as to where I could go. But, okay, let's do a tad bit more. I know it's time consuming, but if you want to sell a vehicle for the most dollar, then you know, it's what you got to do. You got to, you know, you got to put in the time. And just there, I think. Maybe one more down. There. Preview. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Okay, and the next one here, I took this shot just because I wanted to show that the actual mirror, the LED lights are working in the mirror. I will paste all, bring out some more definition in the LED there for the mirror. I probably won't use that image because I realize that it's on here as well. You can see right there. Maybe a bit difficult to see, but... And then, of course, you want to show the other side of the vehicle as well, or people will start wondering why you didn't bother... why you only showed one half of the vehicle, right? Because the thing is, when you're looking at a vehicle, you want to see the whole thing. So if you're only going to show one half of the vehicle, people are automatically going to assume it's been in an accident or something. Unfortunately, the paint is missing off of the bumper here. You know, but what can you do? Right? It is what it is. All right, so I'll paste that one as well. And this is one of the reasons why I love DxO, is the fact that you can just paste your correction settings. So you can just kind of create your own little preset on the fly and then just paste all the corrections that you want. Local, let's see what happens here. Nope. All right, paste selected. Okay, so there's no perspective. Okay, unsharp mask, color rendering, smart lighting, smart compensation, contrast. And there is no, let's see here. Nope, I don't see anything in regards to the horizon, so I think we're good. Paste. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and now on to the interior. This is exciting, isn't it? Yeah! Yeah! Why not? Okay, so I'm going to copy these ones because I don't want horizons and whatnot getting caught up in here. So copy correction settings, and then go into paste. Yeah, I can paste global. No, don't do that. Wonder why that's happening here. I know why. Alright, so let me go back here and copy this one. Copy. Okay. This should work across the board. Paste all correction settings. It should leave it alone. Yeah, there we go. And same with this one. So this, I wanted to show that it is auto wipers. You know, the automatic rain sensing wipers. And yes, I know there's sun flare. You know, unfortunately, it is what it is. That's all I could do. Ideally, I would have waited till it was cloudy, but I was very pressed for time. And this is where I actually saw myself in the reflection here, but I'm going to keep this one, and then I'll go over it after. And the horizon is off on that, so I will bring this down to an actual line. And once I have it down to a line, I will zoom in and just double check and make sure it is even Steven. Who comes up with these terms? Even Steven and all these other things. I think that's about right. It's kind of hard to tell because this is a curve in the screen here. Okay, let's see. Bring that down a tad. Zoom out. Go back in. And just a tad. Preview it. I think it's okay. I think it's alright. There we go. Look at that. That's much better. Mucher betterer. Okay. And let's go to the next one. And paste all. Just wanted to show that, you know, it does have satellite radio and navigation and all that fun stuff. So it's these little accessories and things that you want to actually showcase as well, to let people know, you know, the options that were in the vehicle. This vehicle actually is completely and utterly fully loaded. It's got everything. Every single option that you could possibly get at that time. And, you know, it's kind of a bittersweet moment. You know, we've had this vehicle for the past 9 years. And, you know, it's been a great vehicle. You know, yeah, there are a couple of issues, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's see, is that pretty even? Oh, yeah, it's pretty even. Okay, that's good. All right, turn that off. Must have been just the angle that I shot at. And we've got the seats. So the seats, I may bump this one up a bit. Let's see, clear view. Oh yeah, that makes it look crazy. Crazy! Let's drop the clear view down a bit, make it a bit more realistic. Okay. And same with this. Actually, let me copy this one now. Copy these correction settings and paste them into here. You want to show it's got power seats. And then we'll do the rear seats. So, yeah. I mean, you know, cleaning the interior, just making sure everything is nice. And the one spot, you got to be straight up with people. You know what I mean? You just got to be straight up. So, unfortunately, the car does have a tad bit of rust on it. This is the only spot where it's got some rust. So I actually want to highlight that. Believe it or not, yes, it's true. You want to actually highlight things like this. So I'll bring that up, and I'll bring up the mid-tones, which should bring up the rust more. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's take a look at the before and after. So now you can really see that, you know, I'm not hiding anything in regards to actually putting the ad up. I'm going to keep everything as realistic as possible. I'm not going to hide anything at all. And all right, so that's done. Now let's just export. And I'm not going to put my watermark on it. All right, so we're going to export it to the original image folder. And there we go. So when you're shooting a vehicle, you know, you just got to take your time. You know, people are visual. That's just how we are. So when people see an ad on, you know, on local board or, you know, Facebook Marketplace or whatever avenue you're using to sell your vehicle, it's all about the presentation. That is number one. It's the presentation that will make people want to click on the ad in order to actually see and view and read what is up with that actual vehicle. Yeah, so, well, I guess wish me luck. Just thought this would be an interesting video to show you guys, you know, how I go about actually doing the staging and the photography in regards to selling things online. So that's pretty much it. After this, it's just a matter of writing the ad, which I'm going to actually keep to myself. I may do a follow-up video in regards to actually creating the ad if, you know, you guys are interested in that. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you like the video, leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Helps me out. Interesting, well, maybe interesting thing. So I got a new webcam, which is what I'm actually using right now to record this video. So the sound and the visuals, everything that you're seeing is directly from this webcam. Yeah. Pretty nice. I like it. I like it. So it'll actually come in really handy when I go to do some more live stuff. Woohoo! It's been a while. Anyway, yeah, if you want to support the channel, I'll leave that information at the bottom of the description. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. That's it for me. You'll see me on my next video. I'm out.